for us coming to Vegas, it was sort of serendipitous. We had a conference scheduled at Red Rock Resort and Casino, and we'd already chosen May the 4th because we're Star Wars nerds.
Absolutely.
So it was all kind of lining up. And then we thought we could figure this all out on our own and piecemeal it and find a photographer and find a space and get a permit. And it was like, this is crazy.
I let him think that you could do that. I actually found, Ollie and Carmen very quickly and really loved what they were doing, and I let him come to it on his own. Because piecemealing all of that, the services, the photographer, the location, all of those things, it adds up time-wise very quickly, and also financially. You are really, it starts to be a nickel and dime kind of thing when you work with other people.
It's true.
On your own.
And we did look at, well, you already knew what you wanted. She landed on Carmen and Ollie right away. Perfect Vegas Wedding was like the phrase that caught your eye was like the German precision.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
You're like,
I know what that means.
This is spot on, and I know what it means. And I was like, okay, that sounds interesting, but let's just see what else is out there. So I took it upon myself to contact a few other concierge providers and just get their sense. We got talked down to by one lady who told us that we were basically cheapskates, and that we couldn't do it on the budget we had. And then there was somebody else who I liked, but they were a little bit, their schedule was not as good, and came back around and was like, okay, let's give Carmen a call. We had a great conversation, easy to work with, the scheduling, the orchestration, everything was perfect, honestly.
Yeah.
We just took all the work out of it for us. So we just got to show up and love each other and smile and have a really awesome morning, sunrise wedding in Red Rock Canyon. What could be better?
Couldn't have been better.
So, I mean, as far as the paperwork goes too, even just going into downtown Vegas to the clerk's office, everything was already set up for us. We knew what to bring. We had our passports ready. We did our oath, grabbed our paperwork, and they took care of the rest. How cool.
Absolutely. Well, we were talking a little bit about, we've been asked by a few people why we did this instead of a chapel wedding. And honestly, the experience of walking in and getting the license, it felt like it was a process. They definitely knew what they were doing. Even on a Sunday, it was very busy. And I imagine that's what a chapel wedding would have felt like too. So our experience was very personal and true to us, which was being out in nature.
Yeah, we got to do exactly what we wanted, and Carmen and Ollie delivered. And that's super cool because not everybody wants to get married in the desert at sunrise. I can only imagine if we had to get up at 4 a.m. to get ready, that Carmen and Ollie were like busy orchestrating things in the wee hours of the night so that they could scoop us up at 5 a.m., drive us to the canyon. How, like, it just, that's really neat.
Yep.
Because not everybody is willing to get up at some ungodly hour of night.
Before the light.
Before the light, in the cold, in the dark, and make somebody's day meaningful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they did it. It was awesome. Very personal, very, very intimate,
And like, I know a lot of people who, when they're getting married, there's always like anxiety. Is this gonna work? Is everything gonna go according to plan? Is, something's gonna surprise us. And in this case, it felt flawless. It just like everything went like clockwork.
On our end it was.
I would say German precision.
Exactly.
They delivered, yeah. So again, just going back to the fact that if I was doing this all over again, or advising my future self or somebody else who was considering getting married, eloping, or even planning a small ceremony in Vegas, I would absolutely come back around to Carmen and Ollie because the personal touch was so clear. The kindness, the knowledge that they held was, I thought, just super on point. And it left me feeling confident. Like I could just say, set it and forget it. We'll get the questionnaires, we'll fill those out, we'll have the conversations, and they'll take care of the rest. And they did. And I think that there are a lot of people who may promise, but even just talking to Ollie recently, he's saying, it's one thing to say, I'll take on this wedding, it's another to deliver it. And they really did deliver, so.
They really did deliver. In fact, when we come back and do this in 5 years, we renew our vows, we're calling Carmen.
Yeah, we know
Ollie
exactly who we're gonna call.
In a heartbeat, yeah. Because honestly, for me, I want to come back and see these two people that are, they feel kind of like, I'm definitely friends, and I would say dare I say, almost family.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really personal touch. And I think there are people out there who, you know, this is like just robotic business for them, but I felt like we were cared for through and through.
They treat you like people from the very start. And, you know, they've done this before too. They got married here in Vegas, and they're doing this for other people, making sure that they can start off their lives together really beautifully.
And I didn't touch on this previously, but I would also just say the network of professionals that they work with are also just top notch, from officiant to photographer.
Yes.
Just even the floral bouquet, like what a surprise that was.
Yes.
Like everything was just delightful.